Okay, part two. So, how do you believe, or what do you believe when it comes to people joining Mary Kay? Now, what I had to do when I saw that some people perhaps, um, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure how well that they were going to do long term. I did believe that everybody should be part of Mary Kay for 1 year for the culture. For the culture. So, if you can believe that way too, that's going to help you not have really anxiety over asking someone to join your team because they're joining for the culture. You're not promising them, a shiny new pink Cadillac. You're not promising that they're going to go on and win a trip. I mean, that's possible, but can you feel good and genuine about them joining Mary Kay for 1 year for the culture? How could them being around you and being in our unit in our national area benefit their attitude, benefit, their self-esteem? I would say a lot. I believe in that. So when you believe in someone joining Mary Kay and it being healthy for them for 1 year to be part of our team, then you can't wait to ask them to be on your team. You can't wait to say, is there any reason why we can't get you started today? Now, I want to take a little bit of time to say that some people really don't like hearing the objection part. You know it's coming. It makes you nervous. You're going to hear all these reasons why they don't want to be a Mary Kay consultant. So I'm going to tell you how to avoid some of that, okay? I learned to write my story or tell my story where I was overcoming objections in the process. So I'm going to give you an example, okay? So it might go something like this. Now, Pam, when the Mary Kay opportunity came into my life, let me tell you kind of what that looked like. For 4 years, I had been pretty much living paycheck to paycheck. We weren't broke. All the bills were paid on time. But we really didn't have an extra $100. We were those people that only had some extra money around tax time. And then, man, we knew what that was going to go towards, and it was gone. It was gone before it came, basically. And so when Mary Kay came around, I really didn't have $100 to join Mary Kay. But then, I was smart enough to go, I ain't going to have it. I'm not going to have an extra $100 next week. I'm not going to have an extra $100 next month. I mean, really? I'm going to wait to join Mary Kay until tax season? No, that's ridiculous. So it was a point in my life where I was smart enough to know that if I wanted to stop having to struggle over $100, I needed to make a change. I needed to take a chance on myself. I needed to take a chance on Mary Kay. And I found $100. So I have found that when people really want to do something, they will find a way to make it work. So that became part of my I story. What was the objection? I don't have $100. So I overcame that objection in the beginning before she could even say that to me, right? So what I would like to ask you guys to do that are watching this video is to make a list of objections that you get or that you've heard before. How could you overcome that objection and write it into your story? You probably could do that with all objections, right? And if you can't with genuineness, then I'm going to teach you something called feel, felt, found. Okay, feel, felt, found. This does not need to be a battle of who can win, who can win this conversation. I know the answers, so I am going to beat you in this conversation and you're going to join. That's not what this is about. This is about finding a marriage, finding a harmony of helping her see that Mary Kay could benefit her and that you are there for her too, right? She's not just getting a business when she says yes to Mary Kay, but she's also getting you. So when someone comes at you with a objection, don't just be like quick to combat it. Okay, like, oh, no. Like, don't ever like tell someone they shouldn't be thinking that way. Because that makes someone, it's almost like you're criticizing their emotions. And it's harmful. That's you saying that you know better than them, right? So we don't want to do that. We want to say to someone, I understand how you feel. Or if you don't understand how she feels, you might say, I could see how someone would feel that way. I could see why you feel that way. And to be honest with you, I felt that way too. And this is what I found. So let me try it again. So if somebody says, I am so busy, then you might say, Pam, I can see why you feel that way. And to be honest with you, I felt that way too. I wasn't a single mom, but I sure felt like one when I first joined Mary Kay. My husband was working 60 to 80 hours a week, every single week, and he worked second and third shift. Have you ever had anybody in your life work second or third shift that lives in your home? So what that means is like even when they're home, they're sleeping. And so there's no like real life with that person. And to be honest with you, my husband has no memories of my first two children before he went full time as a stay-at-home dad. He has no childhood memories. Like he has no memories of my children. And it's kind of sad, And so through Mary Kay, so one, I can relate to you. I felt that way too. And what I found is that busyness is a character trait. So tell me, you might say, so tell me about, in high school, did you have extracurricular activities, and what kind of things did you do and participate in? And then what about, as an early adult or in college or as a mom, are you involved in PTO or homeschooling or different things? And then I'll kind of say, wow, Pam, I'm like really impressed with all of the things that you managed to do in your life. And so since that busyness is a character trait, I feel very confident that if you can manage your life even before you realized it was a character trait, you have kept yourself busy and kept yourself involved because that's who you are. So I feel very confident that you can incorporate Mary Kay into your life. It's going to actually be a breeze. So know this and write this down somewhere, that when people are giving you objections, they are really saying, show me how, show me how, show me how. They're really saying, I don't have confidence and I'm afraid of change. So when you know that, when you can believe what I'm saying to you, is that those objections are only, how can I make this work? I don't know how. I'm so busy. I don't have enough time. I don't have any money. They're really saying, answer me, show me a way, help me. So if you can get that part, and know that when they say no or they give you objection, they're really saying, help me, you won't mind trying a little bit more, right? And then soon you're going to find yourself with a slew of new team members because they feel the connection with you.